involved in robotics in 7th grade. And ever since then, I realized that I had a passion for robotics. Robotics has taught me many different skills. It has taught me things more robotics related, such as designing, building, programming. But it's also taught me things more overarching, like leadership, teamwork, communication. And all of these skills, I learned them in a fun way, being involved in a competition setting. But these are skills that I have used and will continue using and continue developing. Like right now when I'm interning at an engineering firm. And these skills have helped me. Now, another activity that I've been involved in since I was young is Girl Scouts. In Girl Scouts, there are 3 main awards: the Bronze, Silver, and Gold Award. The Bronze and Silver Awards are more they're more troop-oriented. But the Gold Award is individual. And because of this, I was able to do whatever I wanted for my project. And so I decided to focus on my passion, robotics. Now, when I was trying to come up with my project, I thought about society today and where it's going in the future. When you look at it, it's becoming more and more technologically advanced. When you think of technology today, you may think of computers, cars, R2-D2, or a rocket ship. All of these are very complex things. But what not everyone realizes is that robotics begins at a very simple stage, with robots smaller than a foot long, made of Lego pieces. And these are specifically designed for students to learn to use. My project was to push towards STEM. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. But not everyone realizes this, or realizes the importance of it. Now, in society, you need someone to come up with the new technology to use tomorrow. And this is what I wanted to encourage people. In the past, I have done outreach programs with robotics, as well as Girl Scouts. One main event that I remember very clearly was at Somerset Mall here in Michigan. And the robotics club went to the mall and took over the main floor and had multiple different activities. And I loved the activities that were there. They were very hands-on and very engaging. But what I loved even more than the activities themselves were seeing the students' faces as they learned something new, as they gained a new interest, and as they became more and more excited about something different. Now, in my project, I wanted to bring this kind of idea to my local community. I wanted to create a special place where people could come in and try out robotics. And in doing this, I thought about how I wanted students to become involved, and how I needed the parents to be involved as well. Because parents are the people that push their children towards something new. And so I created brochures for the parents to take home, as well as standing posters that can be seen in the pictures. Now, the only thing was that I had to overcome obstacles, as everyone does. And my main obstacle was towards the beginning. At first, I really wanted to create a permanent display to be seen by everyone at any time of the day. But then I realized that it wouldn't be interactive. People couldn't touch the robot, couldn't try driving it, because batteries would need to be replaced, and someone would have to fix the robot when it broke. When I looked back at the Somerset event and other events, I remembered that it needed to be interactive, or it wouldn't be as engaging. And so what I ended up doing was coming up with a different idea with the head of the robotics club, as well as the people at the Science Institute. And we ended up realizing that there are multiple different special events that they hold. They hold events for members. They hold events when there's a new exhibit that is opened. And they even hold events during holidays. And so these were the perfect opportunities. One event was when a space exhibit came up. So we brought in our Moonbox team. We set up a field that looked like the moon, put a small robot on it, like the one you saw previously, and allowed children to try and drive the robot with a remote control. And as they were doing this, we told them what they could be doing on a larger scale. We told them that you could be picking up that helium-3, bringing it to a nuclear reactor, and creating energy for our Earth. Another event was a Girl Scout event. And so I brought in some girls that are in robotics, and we allowed them to make their own hex bug. We gave them a head of a toothbrush, as well as a motor and a battery, and showed them how to complete a circuit. So they learned something new, and they got a hands-on experience with robotics. Now, as you can imagine, all of these events were different, and there were other ones as well. And so we brought in different activities each time, so it wouldn't be repetitive, and it could continue to be interesting for the children. But when I did these events, I needed to have more people involved. I couldn't do it all by myself. And when I was doing this, I knew I wanted to encourage the younger children to try out STEM. But what I didn't realize was that at the same time, I would be affecting the children that I was working with, the middle school and high school students. The younger children learned something new about STEM, and the older students learned new skills, such as patience with children and how to communicate with adults. Two completely different things, but very useful in the future. At the end of my project, I looked back and realized what I had accomplished. The first event was smaller, and a couple hundred people came to the event. But after only 5 more events, I had affected over 5,000 people. I had no idea I'd be able to affect that many people in my community. No idea that I would be able to outreach this much. And I completed all of this in just 1 year. And also looking back, I realized that I had spent over 100 hours in this, but it never felt like that. And this is because I was focusing in on my passion. I loved robotics, and I wanted to share this enthusiasm with other people. And because I focused on my passion, it made it enjoyable for me and more exciting for the children I was affecting. So if you focus on your passion,